Good evening, Kenton community. My name is Sabatino Samato. I am your superintendent, and this is your weekly connection update. So a very exciting weekly connection today that we're actually going to show you parts of a video from earlier today of a groundbreaking ceremony. I'm going to talk about that in just one moment, and then we're going to have our recognition for this week. So let's get going. So you heard me say it, groundbreaking, and there were really three components of this groundbreaking. First, the real, actual groundbreaking of our capital project. As our community knows, you approved in the past, last year, a $75 million capital project, mostly funded through state aid, to really have some district enhancements throughout our district. Included in this project are critical maintenance throughout the district. New secured entranceways to make our schools safer, new water pipes to maximize water quality, significant alterations to pick up and drop off patterns, classroom additions at 3 elementary schools, gymnasium renovations, and lastly, where we were today, a brand new state-of-the-art artificial turf field at Kenmore-East High School. Like I said, groundbreaking. And you're going to see in the video that we're going to share with you in just a moment that we actually had a celebratory groundbreaking. But then we also discussed a groundbreaking announcement today, as promised last week when we told you in the connection. So our groundbreaking announcement today, ladies and gentlemen, is that because of everybody that you see in our community as you watch this video, New York State absolutely provided more funding, I should say, for universal pre-K programming in school districts, Kenton included, meaning that we can offer a full day in partnership with the YMCA, a full day universal pre-K program. So there's a groundbreaking announcement in itself, and that's going to be for next year. I want our families that have already registered to know you can expect information coming out from the YMCA about this registration as early as today, because you will be still guaranteed your spot and make a decision for the future if you want to change to a full day. But the other groundbreaking announcement that we made was that we are now going to house our UPK programming at the historic Hamilton Elementary School that was previously closed in the district. So I want you to watch this video and you'll get a very good, deep understanding on how we were able to do this and how we will be housing our new UPK program in partnership with the YMCA. Okay, good morning. We can say good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am Sabatino Samato, your superintendent. Thank you all for joining us here today for this groundbreaking day. On this beautiful sunny Friday, the first groundbreaking that we will celebrate is our capital project. Today represents a milestone in this endeavor. We are about to see transformative work taking place throughout the Kenton district. This includes right here at Kenmore-East High School, which will soon be the home to a superb multi-sport artificial turf field. Actually, about where we're standing is going to be home plate on the new turf baseball field. Today is about much more than just the capital project, however. Today is about Kenton. Where we are and where we're going. First, where we are. We are a proud, strong community that is moving forward. What this community has accomplished over the past year is nothing short of extraordinary. As a community, we faced arguably what has been the greatest challenge in our history, COVID. We rose to that challenge. Now we are poised to emerge from this pandemic stronger than we've ever been before. The capital project that we're about to kick off is central to this movement. This project will invest $75 million, mostly through New York State aid, into our buildings and facilities. This will include critical maintenance work, new secured entranceways to make our schools safer, new water pipes to maximize water quality, significant alterations to 3 elementary schools, gymnasium renovations, and lastly, a brand new state-of-the-art artificial turf field here at Kenmore East High School. Thanks to the support of the entire Kenton community, all of this work will soon be a reality. Highlighting the capital project is one of today's purposes. We are officially kicking off this construction, as you can see behind me here. We will have a dramatic impact on student learning and students' lives for years to come. This project reflects our commitment to provide our students and community with facilities that are second to none to match the quality of our exceptional academic programs, focusing on making our schools the vibrant center of our community. Our schools need to be the center of each community in which they are located in. This is a turning point for the Kenton school districts. We are about to usher in a new era for our schools. The capital project is a major part of that, but there is much more to be excited about today. Before I go into more detail, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce some of our esteemed guests. We are joined by many people from our community which have been instrumental in where we are today and where we are going. These people have been the boots on the ground, both locally and in Albany. First, we have our host, Mr. Patrick Hayden. Patrick? Patrick is the principal of Kenmore East High School and the president of the Kenmore Administrators Association. Mr. Hayden does an outstanding job here at Kenmore East, and I'd invite him to say a few words.
Thank you, Superintendent Samato. I was just thinking how appropriate it is that the sun is shining so brightly on Kenton today, because this is, in fact, the dawn of a new era. I'm very excited and gratified to stand among such fine colleagues, dignitaries, local politicians, and community members to announce that in a short amount of time we will begin digging up the ground behind us to give ourselves and to give our students a state-of-the-art facility, among many other programs that are going to really push Kenton in the right direction. I'm very excited to stand here with you today. It's a great Friday, the sun is shining, and Kenmore East is very happy today. Thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you, Patrick. Next, representing our Board of Education, we have President Matthew Chimera and Trustee Jennifer Morrow. Their leadership, our board's leadership, has guided our school district through this challenging year and has brought us to where we are today. President Chimera, please come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Superintendent Samato. On behalf of my colleagues on the Board of Education, congratulations, Kenmore East. This is certainly an exciting day for the school district and the Kenmore East community. These fields have been a long time coming, and I know it will make a big difference in our athletic and physical education programs. Approximately 20 years ago, we began talking about turf in this district, and it's been great to see it all come to fruition at Crosby, Adams, Kenmore West, and now here at Kenmore East. What's more exciting is the direction of our district and where we're headed as we move Kenton forward. Due to COVID, it's been a tough year for everyone. People are ready for some positive news. First day I met with the superintendent, last June I think it was, he said to me, although we're going to have to deal with COVID and it may take a while, we can't let it stop us from continuing to plan and move forward. Dean was already proven that we're not just in maintenance mode. When earlier this week he announced some big changes in the leadership structure of our district. And I know there's more exciting news to come. As a Board of Education, we're excited and looking forward to working with the superintendent and his staff to support initiatives that will continue to make the Kenton district and the town of Tonawanda a great place to be. Thank you.
Next, we have Mayor Patrick Ming representing the Village of Kenmore. Mayor Mang, along with his team and the village board, have done so much to make the village one of America's greatest neighborhoods. Mayor Mang, would you like to please say a few words?
Thank you, Superintendent. What a great day it is to be here. As you know, the village of Kenmore, many young families have been moving into the village in the last few years, and it is important that they move into a community such as Kenmore or the town of Tonawanda, and they have a great, the community has a great foundation, and part of that foundation is a great school system. And this is important to us in the village of Kenmore and to the residents, and it's important that, it's nice to be part of this process and included in what's going on in the Kenton School District. And I look forward to the future, not only tomorrow, but in the next 5 to 10 years of this community and the Kenton School District. And I think it's, like many of you, we're all waiting for his announcements and hopeful that it's going to be great, some great things going on. Thank you.
Next, we have Supervisor Joseph Eminger, representing the town of Tonawanda. Supervisor Eminger, along with his team and the town council, actually represented here today by Dr. Jill O'Malley, have done an incredible job making the town such an attractive place to raise a family, earn a living, run a business, and just have great things happening in our future. So Supervisor Eminger, please come up and share a few words with us.
Thank you. 7 days ago, some of the people who were up here, we were at an implosion where we saw the Tonawanda coke stacks come down. Today we're here to see a rebirth in our community. That's what we're here for today. I want to thank Superintendent Samato for inviting me here. 12 months ago, I sat down with the superintendent in his office, and we talked about what our visions were for the school district, and what my vision was for the town of Tonawanda. And it's amazing how much similarity there was between us. What's good for the school district is good for the town of Tonawanda. What's good for the town of Tonawanda is good for the school district. Together, we're going to be doing a lot of exciting things together for our community and for our students. And I look forward to working with the school district. This is only the beginning. That's all I'm going to say. Just to close with, Matt Chimera said that make the town of Tonawanda a great place to be. Matt, it's a great place to live, work, and play. That's right. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Next, I would like to introduce our two representatives from the Erie County Legislature, representing Kenmore and the town of Tonawanda. Both do an outstanding job. They are oftentimes our biggest advocates. First, we have Legislator Lisa Chimera, who represents District 3. Legislator Chimera, will you please come up and say a few words?
Thank you much. Thank you so much, Superintendent Samato. I appreciate being included today, and I appreciate you embracing true collaboration, because that's something that's good time. The Kenton School District is so near and dear to my heart. I am a proud graduate of the Kenton School District. My children are graduates of the Kenton School District, and I have had the honor and privilege of being an educator in the Kenton School District for the past 34 years. It is a special place for me. It is such an exciting time to be in Kenton. We are celebrating great news today with the anticipation of great news in the future also. Enhancing our buildings and our facilities will have an enormous impact on our students, their learning environment, and our students, our staff, and our families deserve the best. We know that an investment in schools is an investment in our community and an investment in the future of our students. Thank you to Superintendent Samato and his leadership team for their vision, their passion, and their commitment to the district. I appreciate all that you've done, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shamara. And also we have Legislator Kevin Hardwick, who represents District 4. Legislator Hardwick, would you please like to share a few words?
Thank you, Tino, and thank you for letting us know that home plate is going to be around here. I feel right at home here. I played high school baseball, and I was accustomed to batting ninth. As a legislator representing Grand Island, the city of Tonawanda, and much of the town of Tonawanda, I'm honored to be here today. You know, the banner behind me says, "We expect excellence." And Superintendent Samato, I can tell you that you've delivered. My other job at Canisius College as political science professor, some of our best students are from the Kenton district. Some of our best athletes are from the Kenton district. And I got to tell you, in my other job as a county legislator, many of the partners that I deal with on a regular basis come from the Kenton districts. They're educators here. I'm speaking specifically about my good friend, Assemblyman Bill Conrad, who probably is suffering from sleep deprivation today because he spent all night closing down the session in Albany. And of course, Lisa Shamara, who just spoke. One of the best additions to the county legislature in years. Superintendent, you've delivered on that excellence, and I think today's announcements are going to continue that proud tradition. Thank you.
Kevin, thank you for that smile. It's much appreciated. And speaking of that, Legislator Hardwick referenced our Assemblyman Bill Conrad. Also, I want to acknowledge State Senator Sean Ryan. Both of them, unfortunately, could not be here today. They are stuck. They were stuck in Albany in an extended session. And honestly, folks, they are working on the work. Exactly what we're going to be discussing even in more detail today. So thank you very much to them as well. Let's give them a round of applause. There are several other members who have joined us here today who have played a vital role in what we are here to discuss, and I would like to introduce them as well. From Kenton, we have, and these people, I'll go through a list and we'll give them a round of applause. So please join me. Maybe you could put your hand up as I call your name. Kelly White, Nicole Marasco, Michael Muscarella, Frank Spagnolo, Tim Ames, John Willey, Brett Banker, Jim Badgley, Gina Santa Maria, and Nicole Pauley, as well as Patrick Finelli. Let's give that team a round of applause. Please join me as well in giving Miss Lynette Carpenter, representing the Kenmore-Tonawanda School Employees Association, a round of applause. Unfortunately, our KTA president, Kenmore Teachers Association president, Peter Stumiller, had a prior obligation and could not be here today, but please, let's give our KTA president a round of applause. Also, two very special people are here today. Join me in recognizing first Mr. Steve Bavino, our previous superintendent. And once again, Dr. Jill O'Malley, our former Board of Education president. Folks, they led this district in imagining, reimagining, and designing this capital project that we're kicking off today. So we owe you a lot for our future. So thank you both very much for being here today. Finally, we have our construction and architect partners who are the backbone of this project. From Campus Construction, Vice President Nicholas Humphrey and Senior Project Manager John Robinson. And from Clark Patterson Lee, CPL, Vice President Brian Trott, Associate Ann Dafchik, and Project Architect Kyle Drummer. The fact that we are all gathered here today is a testament to the collaboration, actually, that Ms. Shamara referenced while she was speaking, and the partnership that exists in this community. and it brings me to where we are going. As I said at the beginning, we are here to talk about where we are and where we're going. The future is bright. This is the play on words. Some might call it groundbreaking. There is a great deal that makes Kenton such a wonderful place. Beautiful neighborhoods and parks, unparalleled services provided by our municipal partners in the town and the village, of course, great schools, a strong community, a thriving economy, a proud and rich history, and to boot, Kenton remains one of the most extremely affordable places to live. Now, I imagine everyone is very familiar with the current real estate market throughout our region. More than ever before, it is time for everyone to take another look at Kenton. Our community is growing. We are seeing it in our local real estate market. We are seeing it in our enrollment in Kenton. To give you some history, in the spring of 2016, 3 schools in our districts were closed: Hamilton Elementary, Roosevelt Elementary, and Kenmore Middle School. A 4th school, Jefferson Elementary, had closed just 3 years prior to that time. At that time, enrollment projections indicated a future decline of between 1% and 2% each year. These projections held true for a time. Between 2013 and 2017, district enrollment was declining by an average of 1.4% each year. 1.4%, ladies and gentlemen. The next year, however, in 2018, due to the work of everybody that you see here, the people that I referenced earlier, we began to stabilize. Now today, our long-term enrollment projections, which are based on a variety of factors, including live birth rates and population trends, tell a much different story than they did in the past. District enrollment is not projected to decline. It is projected to grow by an average of 1.2% each year through the year 2030. This, my friends, is why everyone is here today. It has taken a team, a collaborative team. These individuals that you see here today, plus many, many more, to work together so that Kenton is able to realize a change in our trajectory. We are extremely excited about this trajectory. Our community is growing. Kenton is already a great place to live and work, and with the reinvigorated partnerships with the town, with our village, and with our community and state representatives, we are destined to make it even better. And that brings us to this very important announcement. Today, I am very excited to announce that in partnership with the Kenton YMCA, the Kenton School District will be expanding our universal pre-K program and will be offering a full-day option beginning this September. And that's not all, it gets better. We are investing in our earliest learners and in our community. Our families coming out of COVID, ladies and gentlemen, with all the financial challenges that they are enduring, will now have access to free full-day as well as free half-day UPK programming to give students an even greater head start on their academic journey. That deserves a round of applause. Please join me in recognizing our partners from the Y. Today we have Executive Director Allison Lawson and Vice President for Youth Programming Penny Schnell. And there they are. And thank you very much, folks. I know we've thrown a lot at you in just a short period of time. Speaking of COVID, what COVID has taught us is that the schools, more than ever before, need to be the center of every community. The center of every community. This includes programming as well as facilities. With this historic expansion of our UPK program, we are investing in early childhood education. With this concept in mind, that our facilities must be the center of every community, we are electing to house this expansion at our historic Hamilton building. That absolutely deserves a round of applause. This strategic move will enable us to focus on the potential for additional secondary programming at Kenmore Middle School while bringing life back to our Hamilton facility. As we speak, our buildings and grounds, food service, technology, curriculum and instruction, everyone throughout the district are working extremely hard to prepare for this transition so that Hamilton is ready for the first day of full day and half day UPK this September. We were not positioned for this a year ago. During this past year, there were critical developments that made this possible. With support of all the leadership, that's why it was a must that all of our leadership had to join us today, and thank you so much for being here. With the support of all this leadership that you see in front of you here today, New York State approved a budget to include a significant increase to UPK funding. It wasn't until Kenton was able to secure this additional funding that our dreams of resurrecting Hamilton came to fruition. By using this and other sources of funding, and by continuing our partnership with the YMCA, we are able to make this transition at a very minimal additional cost. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only the first step. This transition will enable us to explore the feasibility and sustainability of growing our programming throughout the district. This past week at the board meeting, I discussed, actually President Shamera referenced it earlier, structural foundation that will serve as the base for future growth. Hamilton being open, even in this new form of hosting the YMCA UPK program, positions us as a district to take a deeper dive into future potential and possibilities. It's important to note, we already have families that have been signing up for half-day UPK, and I do not want them to panic. Families that have already registered their children in the UPK program are going to be guaranteed the half-day program that they signed up for and can request a full-day spot to transition their children to full-day UPK. In order to guarantee this, we ask those families to submit their changes no later than Friday, June 16th. The YMCA will actually be working hand in hand with us to be sending out additional information to those families this evening. New families that have not signed up yet can absolutely request this through their regular registration process. It's also important to note that that registration process will close and it will stay open until July 23rd, but then it will close. And we will have to take a look at that time what our numbers are. Colleagues, this is a very exciting time. Our district is experiencing a resurgence, and we have everyone here to thank. Our local leaders who have made Kenmore and the Tonawanda such a desirable place to live. Our elected representatives for advocating for our schools and securing additional funding. All those who made the capital project a reality. And of course, let's not forget the most important, our teachers, administrators, and support staff who provide an excellent education. As a matter of fact, an education that is second to none here in Kenton. Let's give them a round of applause. Your tireless efforts to support our district have enabled this historic expansion of our UPK program and the return of students to Hamilton. This is a turning point for our community, and more is coming. We are Kenton proud, we are absolutely Kenton strong, and we are moving Kenton forward together as one team. Now with that, I ask all our esteemed guests behind me that have those beautiful shovels and helmets to join me as we mark the groundbreaking of our capital project. Ready, Patrick? You want to count us off?
Counting us off. 1, 2, 3.
One more time.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Excellent, folks.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all for being here, and thank you very much. So folks, I know that presentation was quite lengthy, but you got to see the entire press conference today. We had members of the media, we had all of our dignitaries, we had all of our school district officials there to really celebrate all the hard work. And coming out of this pandemic, we know our entire community has done nothing but hard work. And now we're into this new phase in Kenton where we are absolutely moving things forward. So kudos to everybody involved, and let's really have a great time moving forward and moving Kenton forward out of this pandemic with some of this exciting news. Some more exciting news, our recognition this week. And our recognition is of Unified Sports. On Thursday evening, you may have seen it on the news, there were some local media that covered this story. It was very historic as Kenton celebrated our first Unified Sports game in our history. It was one of the highlights of the year to see so many Kenmore East and Kenmore West students of different abilities join together in a basketball game that allowed each player to use his or her own unique skills to contribute to the team. That's what Unified Sports is all about. Unified Sports was scheduled to begin during the 2019-20 school year, but it was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The athletics department, led by, of course, Mr. Brett Banker, our Director of Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Athletics, worked extremely hard this past year to move this initiative forward. According to the Special Olympics Project Unify, these sports combine athletes with and without intellectual disabilities to create athletic teams for training and competition. Participation is rooted in the principle of meaningful involvement, which ensures that every player is given an opportunity to contribute to the success of his or her team through their unique skills. Inclusive activity is among the most conducive ways to break down stereotypes and foster relationships. That's the key, is fostering relationships. There are many people to thank for bringing this amazing program forward. Of course, first, Mr. Banker for bringing this program to Kenton. Our Board of Education members for their unwavering support. Jim Badgley, our Assistant Director of Athletics, for being on the ground floor in terms of conceptualizing, organizing, and attending informational meetings with Section 6. Our wonderful coaches from Ken East, Keith Brophy and Bob O'Connor, and from Kenmore West, Ken Belote and Jeff Martin. Special chairpersons Ryan Hogan at Kenmore West and Matt Kresge at Kenmore East, as well as several special education teachers, were integral into the development. I wish to thank everyone for your efforts, especially our families. Our families have been passionate about this since the beginning. Our students have been passionate about this since the beginning, and we all got it done, folks. This program will have a profound impact, not just on participating athletes, but on our entire school district community, and it is well deserved. Thank you for reviewing this information. As always, ladies and gentlemen, the Kenton team, including our families, our community, and our schools, our teachers, our administrators, and support staff, are moving this work forward. Once again, we are Kenton proud, we are absolutely Kenton strong, and together we are moving Kenton forward. Thank you very much and enjoy your weekend.